So this is our dock. This is Sea Dock. We are on the second finger coming down from the top. Actually, there's a row up there by the top. B dock is the second finger over. We're on CL, Sea Dock to the left. This is our Morgan. We've shown that. Our friend Don across the way has his Yorktown 39. And
our next door neighbors have a power boat, but we don't hold it against them.
No, that's Steve and Karen, good people. And so let's walk down this way on the dock and check out what we got over here. This is a derelict boat. It's I think going to end up and going to the crusher. We've seen some people on and off of it over the past year, but it's not.
It looks like this boat that was possibly in a fire, and it has not been repaired.
Could have been an insurance thing. They come down here a lot. This is a nice young couple that takes this boat out every now and then just for pleasure. This boat has recently been, although it's a bit dirty, redone completely. All the teak and varnish work were done on it, all the bright work. They brought the mast down, repainted it, rewired it, and then put the mast back up, re-stepped it. And looks like they got a new mast step on it. Yeah, it's going to be just a nice little boat. Coming up next to our starboard side.
There's a funny story behind this boat.
Probably a couple of funny stories. This is obviously an old cement boat, ferro cement. This was for sale for about $4,000 about 4 or 5 years ago. It didn't sell. They ended up marking it down and down until they were going to give it away for free, and they couldn't. Now, according to what people have said, it's got a good Perkins diesel in it, but there's no transmission, no connecting to the prop. And it's never been done, and it's probably never going to be done. So anyway.
Tell the story of the guy in the movie industry who bought the boat.
Yeah. Oh, Alan? Yeah, Alan was a guy that was in the movie industry in some form or fashion. He had relatives in it, and he was into production, Hollywood. There was something that was going to be done with this boat regarding a reality show, and he had gotten some funding to do the reality show. And I don't know what the dynamics were. We heard rumors that something screwed up with it, and Alan was maybe banished to live down here on this for a couple of months, kind of as a spanking. But he lived on this for about 4 months. Really nice guy. I enjoyed his company. Very intelligent guy.
He was always wearing a jacket, whereas most of us look like this down here.
Yeah,
he always was wearing slacks and a jacket.
Yeah, kind of out of place. He was just a real down-to-earth guy, and we chatted. I think I might be linked to him on LinkedIn, and as a matter of fact, still. Over here on the starboard side, this was, I understand it to be an insurance job, caught on fire. People have been redoing this. This is I think it's a Hatteras. It's a 62-footer. Really
when we first
nice
came
boat.
here in 2010, this boat was under tons of wraps and covers because they were doing tarps everywhere to protect the marina from the dust and everything that was being sanded. So, and this is where it's at now, but it used to just look burned out, and they've done a lot of work.
They've done a lot of work. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to bring it back to something floatable as opposed to restoring it. This guy on the left here, don't know the story behind him.
Well, there was a small story. There was a small to-do when they first brought the boat here. It appears they may have been being evicted for somewhere else, and a sheriff may have come and made them move their boat. And so there was a bit of a scuffle or to-do when they first brought it here, but ever since that initial, what was that, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Now it's just been quiet. We don't even ever see anybody on the boat.
Right. I think this is a Catalina 27. Don't know the story behind it. These guys brought this in about 2.5 years ago, and they had plans to, their son was I think in the military. They were going to haul it out, paint it, and when he got out of the military, they were going to all go sailing, and we haven't seen much of them.
Yeah, it's been here for a couple years now.
Yeah. Don't know the story on this guy.
They're new here, though. We don't really know. They come down once in a while, and they have a little dog, but we haven't seen much else of them.
No. This Columbia 34, Bill Tripp design, big fat tubby thing. belonged to a friend of ours that we used to chat with quite a bit, actually. He left the Marina and sold this about, 3 years ago.
It's been that long.
It's been a while, yeah. And another guy bought it, and he's redone the engine on the inside. Obviously, you can see the dirt on these boats comes from the manufacturing or the
Yeah, there's
shipyards
a
over here. There's a
smelting factory right over there.
and it's a
somewhere.
scrap metal, and dust gets in the air from it.
And it eats up the boats. It's just terrible.
This used to be a really pretty little Catalina 30. The guy and his wife would come down and sail it a couple of times a month, and he'd wash it down. And then all of a sudden, it's just kind of been abandoned.
Well, what happened is they had a baby,
Ah, that's right. we had a
and so
baby.
they stopped coming down here. But it used to be a really nice.
They kept it up.
It can be restored. That's no problem.
Oh,
But
yeah.
boy, it sure used to look like a just nice, pretty sailboat.
Nice, shiny. This is our Columbia 36 that we sold. The old workhorse.
That was a fast boat. This was the boat we sold a year and a half ago when we bought the Morgan we now have. This was a fun boat. It was fast in the water. It wasn't as comfortable as the Morgan, but it's just a good sailboat.
Yeah.
Good bones, very good engine. We had it with small solar panels and a wind generator.
Yeah, it was took us on a lot of adventures, which you guys can click around our videos and see. Got some playlists of it. Unfortunately, the owner hasn't come down since he bought it, but maybe 3 or 4 times. And yeah, he has plans, I think, to move it and to clean it up. And I wish him the best. I'm not sure what the story is on
They're
this
new.
one. Nice little trawler design. I like that.
Don't know the story on this next boat either.
No, this next boat on the left, that was Captain Voiles, and he has moved back east for a time and left the boat to another gentleman that works for a shipyard that actually came and did the one of the estimates on repowering our boat, which was interesting.
We're
How
seeing a
life
lot of
brings you together.
boats that look like they're dirty boats. We've got a wood docks that don't look real nice. Tell me what is so good about this Marina, which compared to other marinas looks kind of dirty and shabby.
The Marina, the best thing about this Marina, well, a couple of things. First of all, the people. People are really nice, really great people. A lot of knowledge around here, a lot of old school knowledge, a lot of people willing to help and work on your boat.
And they look out for you. When we haven't been here, people have looked out for us, things that need to be done. They'll give us a call. Hey,
Oh, if they see a halyard flapping or
Yeah.
the tarp going awry, they'll jump up on our boat and fix it for us. Really nice. And the very, very reasonable, I stress reasonable slip fees, very reasonable. And, it's a really rustic marina.
and how about working on the boats?
And you can work on your boats here. That's one of the big pluses, obviously, that we've enjoyed on our Morgans, that we can work on a boat. Okay, so not sure what the story
And the dirt
is on
washes
this.
off.
I think I remember the guy. He's a really nice guy that is aboard that. This boat was stripped and going to be redone, and they had it all down to teak, and then they just kind of left.
It is kind of funny when you see someone bring a boat in 1 minute it's all really nice and they're doing work on it, and then the next minute,
Yeah.
hey, wait a minute, this was the guy I thought, or maybe he was
No,
more.
he was
that
up
was the
there.
one that was over there, and there's
Yeah.
a new boat there. You're right.
Now this one was stripped down to just the bare teak, and they had sanded it, gotten it all ready to start to refinish, and then just
They're gone.
Anyway, this guy and his wife used to come down a lot and go sailing and whatnot. Nice guy. Haven't seen him in a little bit. This belongs to the Canadian couple. Nice Canadian couple to come down, and we've actually seen them at Catalina Island a time or two. They've been down on and off. We've seen them. Don't know the story of these two boats over here. Okay. All
Got the
right,
clap?
so let's, no, that's okay. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and go to the top and have a look at what's going on up there.
Yeah, there's some boats down here at the end that we don't really know very well.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on C dock to the R, CR dock. This is our dock down the other way, and there's some interesting boats down here. This boat to the right over here. has been here for maybe 2 years. Don't see any people come down on it, so I don't know anything about that. This boat has been here probably since we've been here. It's been here a long time. Saw a woman and her child come down and go aboard about 4 or 5 months ago and haven't seen anybody on it. That's a nice boat. And up here we have the other Morgan Out Island 41, like ours. This one is catch rigged.
What year do you think it is? Because it looks like a different model compared to ours.
I would say this looks like it may have the deck joint down here as opposed to on the top, which means 74, 73. Just if I had to guess. Yeah, that's one of the earlier with the deck joint down below. Gentleman down at the end in this boat.
He's planning on doing some blue water sailing.
Obviously, he's getting ready. He's got a lot of things worked out. But yeah, he's a little farther along than our stage, obviously. But yeah, he's going to do blue water in it. I think that is about it for down here. This guy is having his top side redone. They've tinted his boat. They've got they got a fan in the back to suck air in, and then they've got air conditioner filters to keep the dust from going out. We talked to the gentleman that was handling this, and we're looking at if we want something similar done around $9,000 or $10,000.
Looks really good. They've done a good job.
But so far, yeah, it looks really, really good. Looks like they're doing a great job on it. This little sailboat on the left, I think I've done a video of it before. I'll link it if I can find the old video. It was named after the indigenous fox on Catalina Island originally, and they've taken the name on. Beautiful little boat. How you doing? Okay, heading up, and there's our little friend Kelpie. We understand it's got a little Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine in it. Another cute little boat for a day sail. The tide is obviously in. Got some kids playing at the top side here, I think. That's the office to the left. And there's the kids chasing bubbles.
Look at that big one, buddy.
Come on. Our dog loves the kids. Hey, Bill. Yeah. Our dog loves Bill too. Okay, so.
There is where the bathrooms are and the showers.
Yep.
And, yeah, we're doing some video.
You want to be interviewed? Alrighty. Okay, so walking around over here, you can see over there where the. Do what? Okay. Yeah, big cargo ship over there that's been unloading all night. They're noisy, but it's not. It's kind of a dull roar. There's not a lot of clanking and banging, so we can sleep through it. This is called $1 Million Row. That's where a lot of the nicer, bigger power boats come in. Some of them are to be redone, and then some of them are just nice power boats that they brought in. You want to take her? So you don't get jostled.
And because people are allowed to work on their boats here, you're always seeing boats that are in different states of being worked on. When you see a boat that just looks derelict, we know that it's probably been brought here to be refinished. Because again, you know, most of the marinas around here don't allow you to work on your boat in the water. You have to take it somewhere. So people come here, they rent a slip for a month or 2 or 3, work on. There's another guy working on his boat.
Yeah, a lot of work being done down there. That boat that those people are standing on is a race boat. It's an old, I don't know if it was around the world or which races, but I understand it was well known. It's about 15 years old, and they just take people out. I mean, they've offered, the captain has offered, anytime we want to go out, just come on over. But they take that out probably maybe a couple times a month, or once a week. And it's obviously a flush deck race boat. And its day, that was probably just state of the art. Very nice boat. How you doing?
Hi.
I wish we knew more of the stories for these guys
Now
over
that
here.
looks like a new boat.
Which one? That one?
Yeah,
The,
that looks like a
flush sides?
Mexican adobe.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. The
That is
old
very interesting looking.
steamer style boat next to it's been there for a while, been worked on. But yeah, haven't seen that one. It's probably cut back on windage. They've got a real smooth side on it.
And then we have to go down and look at the boat that sank again.
Okay. Let's head down. That is going to be a really pretty boat when they get done with it. They stripped it down. Getting ready. It looks like they probably painted the hull. Yeah. Paint the water line and the others. Probably varnish the rest of it. I don't know. They may paint it. We'll see. What is that? Sumo? There.
Yeah.
The old Oriental gentleman that owned that boat and worked on it was found dead floating in the water about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. And
The speculation was that he was drunk, I think, and
Yeah.
had fallen into the water in the middle of the night and nobody heard him.
yeah, nobody heard from him or anything. And so the next day they found him floating, and the boat's been sitting since. A lot of interesting stories at this marina. They got bogeys to the left.
And we're only here on the weekends, so we get to come in and hear the stories here and there. We pick up bits and pieces from different people.
Yep. So,
Well, that's the boat that sunk the
Sunk.
first time and supposedly sunk again.
yeah.
So they must have pulled it up because we were told
like
it
all-
sank again. They didn't know why, but they had to pull it up again.
Yeah,
So it looks like they got it back
twice.
up.
Yeah, all the blues come off the side. It's interesting. Because, yeah, it was all dark blue, a solid color last time I saw it.
Oh, I see some hoses. I guess they're draining the water.
Yeah, they probably have like a bilge pump just running continually to keep it afloat. That's an old wood boat. It needs to be either pulled out, sealed up, and redone, or just.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Because look at the paint's eating off it at the bottom. You can
Yep.
see the wood.
Yep. Yeah, maybe they were sanding it down, getting it ready for something, for some sealing up the wood planks, and it started leaking really bad or something. But yeah, it had been floated and it was fine, we thought.
So, in summary,
In summary, out of the marinas we've been at Dana Point for our first boat, was Fufu. Al Larson's was our second, and then Pier. Would we do it again? Yeah, we like the marina, and we've had opportunity to move to other marinas, and we chose to stay here. So yeah, we're going to stay here. We like it.
I think number one reason we chose to stay here was, excuse me, the people.
The people, and secondarily, we work on the boat.
Yeah.
Nobody hassles us, but a lot of people help us. Anyway, there you have it, folks.